Fest is gonna start. I was wondering, but when is it starting? Okay.
It is the 6th of October. Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
You mentioned this is Rabbi Furst here. You see something else here in care of Zoom. We're currently getting ready for Sukkot, Erev Sukkot, Shantap, Day 12, and learning Mr. Berura, as you mentioned. First of all, did you have any contact with Rabbi Breitowitz about your question, Lou?
Yes, I did. Thank you for asking. Yeah, he said it's okay. He said as long as I have something waterproof underneath the washing station, just in case, that yeah, I could do it. It's not a problem with the cover of the sukkah.
Very good. Okay. Very good. So you set.
Yeah, in fact, I already have it all set up. I already put the tarp down and put the table in there. I got the urn on top of the table with full of water, and I got a bucket underneath.
Good. All right. So I'll tell you, let's move on. I'll tell you where we'll start learning today. Hmm. Think that tough. All right, tough race mem gimel. See, tough race mem gimel.
Tough resh pay gimel.
The tough race mem gimel.
Mem. Tough resh mem gimel. Tough resh mem gimel. Tough resh mem gimel. I got it. Seder ha-kiddush, yayin kiddush, besukkah, v'achar kach zman. So the order is that we say kiddush on wine in the sukkah, and afterwards we say shechianu.
Right.
Lefi shehazman hoser al kiddush hayom v'al mitzvahs sukkah. That means that in order that the hoser is to go back.
That we want that the no, this I I'll tell you what this is. Ain't ovin ma'arvis v'leil rishon b'leil. That's something that has to do with the way they had a certain special insertion in the davening. That's we don't really do that. All right, let's leave that for now. That'll be something in terms of the davening, but we don't, as he said, we don't add that part in the davening. It has to do with the davening.
Right, but it doesn't seem to mention l'shei b'sukkah.
Well, we'll see about that in Civ base. Right now, we're talking about Seder Kiddush. Kiddus's first 9 Kiddush, and well, Lashon Sukkah. Sukkah should be Leishei B'Sukkah. If
So al mitzvot sukkah, that's l'shei.
Well, that's the late shave, right? V'achar is chayav l'yesh b'shar. Take a look at the Mr. Brewery here.
Okay,
Right?
Mishna
Again,
Berura.
say the kiddush hayayin.
I'm sorry. Say that again, please.
Yeah. Take a look at the Mr. Brewery here.
Okay. Uh, let's see. Yain Kiddush V'Sukkah. The Kiddush on wine in the Sukkah. She'i efshar levarech al hasukkah kodem she yevarech al kiddush hayom. It's impossible to bless the sukkah.
That's the bracha yeshev b'sukkah.
Okay, leshev b'sukkah, before you bless the day. In other words, before you say the blessing for sukkahs, which is shechianu.
That's kiddush.
That's kiddush. That's kiddush is the blessing for the day. Sheharei mis matechila nis kadesh hayom ve'achar kach yischayev leshev b'sukkah. Okay, so now that we see initially, or from the beginning, that you sanctify the day, and afterwards yischayev leshev b'sukkah. What's yischayev?
You're obligated to sit in the sukkah.
Obligated to sit in the sukkah. Of acher kach zaman, and afterwards shechianu. Ve'ein nafka mina bein shehasuka haisa asuya ve'o medes im haskecha haskach mikvar uveis she'asa'a kodem chag hasukos. So whether the sukkah is made and is established,
like it's ready. It's made and ready.
Made and ready with the schak. What is mikbar?
Mikvar from before.
From before, or whether that it's established before the holiday of Sukkot. Kevan shelo beirach aleha az bishas asiya. Whether you don't bless it at the time that you made it, or I guess since you don't bless it at the time that you make it, im kain mutal alav achshav levarech zman al kium hamitzvah. What's mutal?
I mean, it's incumbent upon him now to
It's
leverage Shman
incumbent
to make a bracha shehiyanu on the kiyum of the mitzvah.
on him now that he bless Shechianu. What's kiyum?
On the kiyum, on the fulfillment, kiyum is the fulfillment of the mitzvah.
Fulfillment. So even though he doesn't, when we build the sukkah, we don't say any kind of a blessing. Now we're saying the Shechianu, and that's also covering the building of the sukkah.
Right, but I'm not sure at the beginning here. He mentioned he gave us two cases, and there's no nafkamina between the two. Let's try and go over that again. It's not so clear to me. Did ein nafkamina bein hasukah Aisa also umedis imiskach mikavar ubein also kodem achag sukkahs.
So there's no difference between the building of the sukkah and as opposed to the she'asa'a is also building.
Yeah, that's what I'm bothered by. It says here, there's no nafkamina if the sukkah was made and prepared with the sakach from beforehand. Bein shosa kodem achag sukkahs, whether it was made before the chag sukkahs.
Wait, I thought both of them was beforehand. What's the difference?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I see your problem.
There's a short scene. I'm not sure if this is the answer. There's a short scene at the bottom there. Sif cut in the base, if you notice.
I see Sivkut and base, Primogadin, or the other one, Ayin Biur Halacha. There's two of them.
Ayin Biur Halacha.
See the Biur Halacha.
Let's take a long one. Let's take a look at the Biur Halacha a little bit. I think he explains it.
Biur
Let's see if we
Halacha.
can get through it.
Okay. V'acher kach zman.
Right.
B'mishna Berura b'ma she kasavnu. In the Mishnah, it's clear what is written. Biur halacha, she'ein nafka mina, that there's no practical difference. Bein shehasuka haisa asuya, whether the sukkah was built, omitted and established. Im hasuka haskach mikvar kule. What's haskach mikvar? Oh, the skach. The skach was mikvar is what? But put on top.
There's no nafkamina whether the sukkah was made and prepared along with the skach already, right?
already.
Or if it was done before the chag, which seems to be the same thing. I'm not sure. We're trying to figure that out.
Hayinu de afilu beofen ze bar birkas hazman koye al hasuka de hayinu al kiyum hamitzvah shel sukkah. Let's see, v'hayinu, and it is that even
In this situation,
even in this situation, the blessing of the time, the Shechianu, koye al hasukkah. What's koye?
it is going on the sukkah, meaning what's the meaning when you make the shechianu, you're gonna make a shechianu tonight, right?
Right.
What's that shechianu going on?
It's going on the sukkah. In other words,
Apparently
the fact that I built the sukkah and put the schach on.
Apparently now, hold on. When you made a shechianu, on say you made a shechianu on Yom Kippur, right?
Right.
What were you making the shechianu on? You'd be here at the time. No, I've been here. I was still busy with everything downstairs. I've been here about 20 minutes or so.
I've been here.
All right. I saw you were still working with Sefer Torah.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna be around for a while.
A little bit. Not too much.
See, maybe 10:30 if you're around.
A little bit around.
All right.
Let's see.
All right, good. That's sure. So we're on Yom Kippur, right? By Nila. Excuse me, not by Nila, by Kol Nidre. At the end of Kol Nidre, you made a shechianu, right?
Yeah. And you're asking what's it on? And my answer is I don't know. You can't say the season because that would be Rosh Hashanah. You can't say that
You also made it.
the meal because there's no meal.
Now, by Rosh Hashanah, you made a shechianu at the Kiddush also.
Right. That you can say it's on the, we arrived at this season. It's the new year.
Right. So here, you actually have two things here, because you have the Zman of Sukkot, the season, and you also have the mitzvah of Sukkah. Meaning, let's go back to Rosh Hashanah for a minute. When you before they blew shofar on Rosh Hashanah, they made a shechianu. Why did they make a shechianu then? Because you're making a shechianu on the mitzvah. By the Kiddush of Rosh Hashanah, at night, Rosh Hashanah night, you made a shechianu. That was for the season, for the day of Rosh Hashanah.
Right.
Now, on Sukkot, you're going to make a shechianu by Kiddush. And again, in the daytime, before you take your lulav, you make a shechianu on that too.
So maybe it's on the mitzvah of lulav.
Right. So in the mitzvah of lulav. Now, the shechianu of Kiddush, is it on the mitzvah of the sukkah? Was it on the day of Sukkot, the season of Sukkot? Or
So
maybe
I would
both.
tend to say it's on the mitzvah of Sukkah because Sukkot is connected to Rosh Hashanah.
How's it connected to Rosh Hashanah?
Well, it's the same. It's the same season. We have Rosh Hashanah. The new year starts the new year, and then immediately afterwards we have Sukkot.
Right.
So we're celebrating the fact that we were alive.
Right. So so you see that we have an obligation to thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu that we're alive at this time. Now, the fact that it's now Sukkot, see, the Mr. Berura said you can't. Right. It's impossible to make a brach on the sukkah before you make a brach on Kiddush Hayom. Shayim
Right.
Mitkilim is Kiddush Hayom, and afterward you're mechayev to sit, then you're obligated to sit in the sukkah. But wait, really, we should have made. See, if you jump back to Reish Mem, tough Reish Mem Aleph. It's about a page behind. Tough Reish
Resh Mem
Mem Aleph.
Olive. Okay, I see it. We're looking at the Mishnah Berura.
Let's look at the Machaber.
Look at the Mechaber. Okay. V'oseh sukkah bein la'atzmo bein la'acher. We made the sukkah. Whether it's for ourselves or for somebody else. Eno mevarich al asyasa. We don't bless the making of it. Aval shehechianu haya roy levarech. But it's proper to bless shechianu kisheoseh osa latzmo. That you made it for yourself.
Right. If you make the sukkah for yourself, it's right to make a bracha shahiano.
Ela sha'anu somchin al zaman she'eno sha'anu omrim al hakos shel kiddush. But we, what's somchim?
We're relying on
We are relying on the season.
those. I mean, there's the man. I mean, that's in the brachas as man. On the shechianu.
On the shechianu that we say on the cup of kiddush. What does that mean?
So really, when we make the sukkah, when you make a sukkah, you're really supposed to make a shechianu on that, even though it's not the time of sitting in the sukkah.
Right.
But what we do, we say we're going to make when we make the shechianu in the sukkah, that's going to be on making the mitzvah of the sukkah.
Right. So what does it mean? We don't say it on the cup of Kiddush. Oh, we're not saying Shechianu on the Kiddush. We're saying Shechianu on the Sukkah.
Well, maybe it's on both.
It says we rely. Oh yeah, we rely on the Shechianu that we say on the cup, also for the Sukkah.
Right. Look at the Mr. Brewer in Sifkat and Base here. Aval Shechianu.
Aval Shechianu Kule V'dafka Devar She'osin Oso Mishana Lashana. And specifically, the words that we make from year to year.
Right. He's explaining that really we should be making a Shechianu on the actual making of the sukkah. Right?
Right.
Why? Because that's specifically something which you make from year to year. A sukkah is something you make once every year.
Right.
You make your sukkah every year, once a year. Right?
Right.
Well, now take a look. Aval shofar.
Aval shofar umegila she'osin osan lekama shnayim
Shanim, lekama shanim.
lekama.
You make it for many. You make it for many years.
Lekama shanim, many years. Eino mivarech shehechianu al asiyasan. So, but the shofar and the Megillah, that we do them multiple times every year, we don't bless Shechianu.
I think it's like this. Osin oson lekama. You make it for many years. You don't. Person makes a shofar. He keeps it for. He can keep it his whole life. Makes a Megillah. He can keep it his whole life. But a sukkah,
you got to remake it every year.
Right, but right, it's made new every year.
Right, even if you leave the structure up there, you got to take off the skach and put the skach back on.
Right.
The Ner Chanukah Nami Eno mean car.
It's not distinguishable.
Shasim Shem Mitzvah. That we do it for the sake of the mitzvah. I don't get that. It's not. It's not apparent that we do it for the mitzvah. I think it is apparent. What's mean car?
It could be what he means is like this. That for example, before they had electric lights, so everyone was lighting candles. Now you always lit candles. Lighting a candle there was nothing special about lighting a candle. Although I maybe this is part of your question. I don't really understand because you're supposed to put the menorah out in the Rosh Hashanah. You're supposed to put it specifically below 10 tefachim because then it's apparent that you're doing it for the sake of the mitzvah. You are doing it for the sake of the mitzvah. You're doing things that are specifically showing that you are doing it for the sake of the mitzvah.
Right. What does the word minkar mean?
It's distinguishable.
Yeah, I don't get that.
It needs to be understood. Der Hanaganami ain't a nimkar. That's the whole reason why you make the shamish. What's the reason you have to have a shamish? Because otherwise, if you didn't have a shamish, it would look like you're just lighting a candle to be able to read by or to check count your money.
Right. Right.
Okay. It's still a little bit difficult to understand though.
Right. So I mean, so the basic point that we're getting to is that there's something special about sukkahs in that we make the sukkah before the holiday,
Right.
and we don't say a shechianu on it until the holiday actually starts.
Right. But we should be making, theoretically, we should be making a shechianu on the making of the sukkah, because it's something which we do once a year. It's a unique thing which we do once a year.
Right.
It's not something which we're building permanently. So really, we should be making that shechianu on the doing of the mitzvah, on the making, on not the doing of the mitzvah, but making the sukkah, which allows us to dwell in it.
Right.
So again, let's take a look. Let's try and get a little further back into this Bir Halacha a little bit. It's still the point still needs to be clarified here.
So we're saying that we're double booking the shechianu in this case, both on the day and on the sukkah.
Apparently,
As opposed to the shofar, where we say two shechianus, one for the day and one for the mitzvah of the shofar.
right.
Okay, so where do you want me to go to now?
Let's try this Bir Halacha. We have a
Bir
Akikak
halacha.
Zman. Akikak Zman.
Okay, let me find that. Bir halacha. Acher kach
Should have a
zman.
star next to it.
Ayin
In Mr.
b'Mishna.
Brewer.
What?
I ain't been Mr. Brewer, Masha Kasav.
I'm in the wrong place. Bir halacha. Hmm. Oh yeah, there I see it. Ayin b'Mishna Berura ma b'ma shekasuv. Look in the Mishnah Berura about what is written. She'ein nafkamina bein shehasuka haisa asuya v'omedetz im hasukas haskach mikavar kule. There's no practical difference between the sukkah being made and established with what's haskas? Haskach.
The skach, the skach, the
Oh, the skach.
Homeris,
With
no
its
nafkamina with whether the sukkah is ready and made with along with the skach already.
already, etc. V'hayinu de'afilu be'ofen zeh birkas hazman koi al hasuka dehayinu al kiyum hamitzvah shel sukkah. And it is that even in a situation, in this situation, where we bless Shachianu, and it's going on the sukkah, that it is established. It is establishing the mitzvah of sukkah. Kain hu haskamas ha'acharonim. Okay, and then there's this parentheses. Look over there.
You can skip
What
the
is
skip
this?
the brackets. Mikain haskamas achroni. That's the agreement of the achroni.
This is agreement.
See,
Okay. Delo kama
the Mishnah is saying, what is the shechianu being made on? The shechianu is being made on your fulfillment of the mitzvah. You're making the shechianu on Sukkot night at Kiddush is being made on the fulfillment of the mitzvah.
of the sukkah, the building of the sukkah.
No, not the building of the sukkah. The fulfillment of the sitting in the sukkah.
Ah. Okay. And to this fact we have the agreement of the sages.
And that's I think that's what the difference is. What does it mean when the Mishnah Berura said, "Bein hasukkah asur umoedes imaskak mikvar"? The sukkah was already made and ready with the skach already previously. I mean, you didn't do. Let's say you didn't do anything to build a sukkah, but you have a sukkah. You have a sukkah. You didn't do anything to build the sukkah. It was a sukkah beforehand, and it's going to remain to be a sukkah afterwards. You didn't do anything to build a sukkah, or let's say you actually went ahead and built the sukkah. This shechianu, that it doesn't make a difference about that.
Because you're making it on the fact that you're sitting in the sukkah, not the fact that you built it.
Right. If the shechianu was made on the fact that you built the sukkah, then you have to build a sukkah.
Right.
And then theoretically you would make a shechianu. We don't happen to do that. We happen to wait till Kiddush and Sukkot night. But according to those who would have made a shechianu then, it would make a difference whether the sukkah was already well prepared and made, or whether it was made fresh.
Right.
Our shechianu on the night of Sukkot is the fact that we're sitting in the sukkah.
Right.
That's the mitzvah. Go after the brackets. The low comma shikasav.
The lo kama shekasav hamagain Avraham b'shem hakacha the Bach.
That's
Bach. All right, so we don't the lo kama shikasav. There are not many psukim. It is not written by the Magen Avraham in the name of the Bach.
No, that agreement of the Achroni was not like the way the Magen Avraham wrote in the name of the Bach.
V'yesh me
Okay,
acharoni.
okay, I'll tell you. I was going to go into a side point. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Okay, that's enough for now with the Berura. But that did clarify it. The point being made here is the Shechianu that we're making on the night of Sukkot is a Shechianu which is involving our acknowledgement to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that we are alive to be able to fulfill this mitzvah of sitting in the sukkah. It's not the Shechianu which we would make on building the sukkah. If it was a Shechianu being made on a building of the sukkah, that would make a difference whether or not the sukkah was pre-existing or it was made fresh for this year.
Right, and it doesn't make a difference. Therefore, it's not on the building of the sukkah. But what do we say about the building of the sukkah?
So
it should be that somewhere it should say, if you built the sukkah this year, then you say something, right?
well, that was in Tough Reish Mem Aleph. That was in the beginning that we saw about that. So in theory, you should be making a shechianu on the building of the sukkah,
Right.
because it's something you build new from year to year, and that itself is something which is relevant to making a shechianu. But we didn't go into the reasons. But what we do is really we wait to make the shechianu when we fulfill the mitzvah of sitting in the sukkah.
Right. But what about the blessing of building the sukkah? We don't do that.
Right. For some reason, that was taken away from us. I don't know why. That was taken away from us.
Yeah.
Look again in Tough Reish Mem Aleph.
Tough Reish Mem Aleph. Ha'osei sukkah bein latzmo bein lacher eno mevarech al asiyasa. We don't, whether we make it for ourselves or somebody else, we don't say a blessing on the making of it. Aval shehechianu haya roy levarech kisheoseh osa latzmo. But the shechianu is appropriate to bless that we made it for ourselves. So this says we should say a shechianu, a separate shechianu.
Right. It really should. In theory, we should be saying a shechianu.
Ella
Right?
she'eno somchim al zman she'anu omrim al hakos shel kiddush. But rather that we rely on the shechianu that we say on the kiddush on the kiddush.
Right.
We don't say, so even if we build a sukkah fresh this year for ourselves, and therefore we should say shechianu, we don't. rather we rely on the Shechianu that we say on the Kiddush.
Right. Now,
So that still doesn't explain why it's different on Rosh Hashanah with the shofar.
right. In what way? Go ahead. Let me listen. Let me hear.
We should say similarly on Rosh Hashanah. We don't say a Shechianu when we blow the shofar because we said Shechianu at Kiddush, and we rely on that for the shofar.
Right. Right. But right. But on Sukkot we make a bracha on the lulav.
Right. Right. Okay. So let's see. What's that? How do we
Because
reconcile that?
because according to what we're saying now, the shechianu that we're making by kiddush is a shechianu on the sitting in the sukkah.
But also on the building of the sukkah.
Also on the building of the sukkahs, and taking the lulav is a completely different mitzvah.
Right. So similarly with the shofar is a completely different mitzvah from the inauguration of the year.
Right.
So okay, so so that is resolved then.
Yeah. Well, still not 100% clear because I don't because I tell you what, look, there's another Berura that's very intriguing. Um, Look at I don't know if you have the same page as mine. In the Berura is two lines from the bottom. Ela she'enoi, right? Ela she'enoi.
I got it. Ela she'eno. Rather, we do
Rather,
not.
yeah, well, actually, I'm sorry, I misread that. It's anu sha'anu. Rather, we wait for the.
Sha'anu. Rather we rather we what? Where are we? Ela sha'anu.
We wait to make the shechianu at kiddush.
Oh, right. Ela sha'anu somchim. We rely on the shechianu of Kiddush. Okay. Ela sha'anu kule im berach shehechianu bishas asiya. Where does it continue? Here. Mistapek bepri megadim im shuv yivarech zman bishas kiddush al yom tov kule. So if we blessed Shechianu at the time of the building, what is mistapek?
He is in doubt. From the word suffix.
Right, suffix. We would have a doubt, according to the pre-Megadim, if what's shuv?
If you furthermore
bless Shechianu at the time of Kiddush on the Yom Tov. So what is it saying now? It's saying that if you blessed Shechianu at the time of the building of the sukkah, then there would be a doubt if you would go ahead and further bless Shechianu on the first day of Sukkot
Right, at Kiddush time, at Kiddush.
at Kiddush.
That's a doubt. In that case, he has a doubt about it.
You'd have a doubt because you'd say you shouldn't say the bracha twice because the building of the sukkah is what's enabling you to lay shave b'sukkah. And when you say the Kiddush, when you say the Shechianu after Kiddush, you're saying it on the fact that you're lay shave b'sukkah.
Right.
Okay, that's a little helpful. That's a little bit helpful.
Right. So the question is then, I mean, why does the bracha on the Chag disappear? I mean, even if you did make a bracha Shechianu on making the sukkah, but don't you have to make a bracha on the Chag itself, on the day itself?
As opposed to l'shei b'sukkah, you make a bracha on the day. So why don't you say, okay, fine, we said Shechianu when we built the sukkah, and that covered l'sheiv, but we still have to make a Shechianu at Kiddush because it's a new day, it's a new Yom Tov.
Right.
Well, that's probably why he says it's a suffix. Because we're not sure.
Right. So
maybe you can do that, but maybe you can't.
right, but now take a look. Take a look at the Ramah and at the end of that the Tuf Resh Mem Aleph. Im lo ochel laila rishon b'sukkah.
Im lo achal laila. If you don't eat at night,
Laila
Rishonah,
rishon.
the first night. If you don't eat the first night, the sukkah in the sukkah, afal
Now let's
pi.
say that. Yeah.
What?
Pete, go ahead.
Afal pi she beirach zman beveso. Even if you bless Shechianu in your house, kishe ochel, that's where you ate. The sukkah tzarich levarech zman mishum hasukkah. You're still obligated to go into the sukkah and say Shechianu because it is sukkahs. Ve'im beirach zman bishas asiya sagi lay. And if you bless Shechianu at the time that you built the sukkah, what is this word sagi?
Sufficient.
It would be sufficient for you. In other words, you already said your Shechianu. You can't say it again. But what is this having to do with your eating your house or not? I don't get that point.
So the a person for some reason, let's say it's raining, it's a snowstorm, it's a hurricane. There's not going to be any. He's not going to eat in the sukkah that night. There's a hurricane there in the northeast, and the 85 to 100 mile an hour winds. No one's sitting in a sukkah. Torrential rains, right? Forget about it, right? Let's say his sukkah got blown away, right? Dropped into the Hudson Bay, wherever, and he got no sukkah, so he's going to have to eat in the house. So he's eating in his house. So if he didn't eat in the sukkah the first night, even though he made a bracha bebeso, he did make a bracha shechianu in his house, kisha ochel, when he ate in the sukkah. When he goes now, he finally is going to eat in the sukkah sometime or another. Rigsman mishum sukkah, he should make the bracha because of the sukkah. And ve'im yivorag zman b'shas asiyas sukkah. But if he did make a bracha shechianu at the time of the making of the sukkah, that's enough. That's sufficient. So look at the Mishnah Berura. He made a. We make a. The in Sivkat and Dalit in the Mishnah Berura al kos. We make a bracha shechianu al kos shel kiddush.
Al kos shel kiddush shehayu kaye al mitzvahs sukkah al hachag. What's kaye?
It's going on.
It's that it is
That,
going
that that's
on.
shechianu that we make kiddush. That shechianu that we make at kiddush is going on the mitzvah sukkah, and on the chag. It's also going on the chag.
So it's on both. It's a double bill.
Right.
That's what we said before.
So he made. So that's why he can make a bracha shechianu in his house. Nevertheless, when he goes out into the sukkah the next day, he'll make a shechianu again on the sukkah. Look at Mr. Brewer in Sivkatan Hey.
Tivkat and Hey, Kisheochel Basuka, Rotze Lomar, that is to say, the Machar Bayom, the next day, in the daytime.
Right.
Now, the Machar, does that mean you skip a day?
Well, let's say
you say it at
let's
night.
say
Let's say Tuesday night, or like this year, Monday night, you don't say Shechianu because it's raining. Now, Tuesday daytime, it's clear. So is that Lamachar Bayom, or do we say Lamachar Bayom would be Wednesday?
no, probably be Tuesday. The next day, it would have if he couldn't eat in the whole first day, the first night and the first day, then it would apply again for the second day as well.
Right.
Apparently.
Can eat the day of the first day, he would go ahead and say Shechianu then.
Right.
All right. Well, we've gone over our time. Thank you, Rabbi. How about
Very
Chag
good.
Sameach?
Thank you. Let's see. I'm just trying to think. With Chol Hamoed, you have a couple of days Chol Hamoed. That would be on. Let's see. Yom Revi and we have Yom Revi, Yom Chamishi, Yom Shishi.
Right.
3
The
days.
8th, 9th, and 10th of October.
Right. Now I'm just trying to figure out that in terms of our timing, since there's a longer davening and such, I'm not sure. Rabbi Levitt's planning to give a shir Kol Hamoed as well. You discussed that with him?
No, I didn't. He's not here for today, and yesterday he's not here, so I don't know what his plan is. I have a feeling he's not going to want to do it. He said he was very busy.
Okay. If it's okay with you, I mean, just from my perspective right now, I would think perhaps maybe to push our learning off from 10:30 to maybe to 10:30 to maybe 11:30, maybe
We usually
10:30 if
start at
that's okay with you.
9:30.
Instead of 9:30, 10:30, because with the davening is going to go later, and then you have to eat in the sukkah a little bit, something like that. So things take a little bit more time. So maybe we can start 10:30. Maybe 10:30 might be more appropriate. But I don't want to. I don't want to rush. It doesn't. It's supposed to be a nice festival time, not to rush from one thing to the next.
Okay, so we're talking about Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, yeah, and then maybe I think Sunday as well. It's relevant to Sunday.
Sunday
Yeah,
and Monday. Monday is Hoshana
Actually,
Rabbah.
Sunday, Monday. Yeah, Hoshana Rabbah is a very long. Hoshana Rabbah is
I
very
think
long.
probably
All
Hoshana
right, well,
Rabbah, we don't want to do it.
Yeah, probably. That's gonna be a long Davi. So we'll take Sunday. Yeah, we'll take. Let's take the first 3 days as an experiment. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, so on Wednesday, we'll meet at Imrit Hashem at 10:30.
Let's work that out for 10:30.
10:30, Rabbi Furst.
Okay, very good. All right, you enjoy the Chag.
Thank you, you too. I'm looking forward to it. My new
Mitzvah Shem,
sukkah.
right. Bezrat Hashem, Bezrat Hashem. Fine. Okay, be well. I hope to see you again on. I guess it'll be Yom Revi'i. Yom Revi'i. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
sounds
very
good.
good. Hashem. Okay, Lou. Have a good afternoon. Enjoy the Chag, Mitzvah Shem.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.